The selection of an Indian cricket team is always interesting because it gives you an insight into what the selectors are thinking about, what they've thought about in the past, what they're looking ahead to in the future. And even though it's a small tour, this Bangladesh, it's just a test and 3 one-dayers, and you can see that influence in the team that they've picked. It's good to know what they're thinking about. First thing is, I think there's an acknowledgement that India played well at the World Cup. Yes, India lost in the semi-final, but they lost to a side that was far better. And so almost as a reward, the same set of players have been picked and they've been told, look, you did a good job there. Here's another opportunity for you. We're not bringing someone in from the IPL just because it's Bangladesh. And I think it's an acknowledgement that Bangladesh is now a very good side. Certainly in their home conditions, they've beaten Pakistan easily. They had a pretty good World Cup. So I think this respect was due to them. So that's one good thing they've done. In fact, the even better thing they've done is to pick full strength sides. They've not allowed anyone a break. You shouldn't be allowed a break when you're playing, even if it's a side like Bangladesh that you expect to win, but you cannot be allowed a break. I think there's a lot of opportunity after this tour of Bangladesh. So that is what struck me first about the ODI side. Now about the test team itself. I think Jadeja had to be dropped as much because of his performance as to tell him that, look, you're a good player, but if you don't do well enough, there's someone else. And so the only bit of news that's come out of this selection is the recall of Harbhajan Singh. And I must admit, I watched him closely during the IPL and he bowled beautifully as he did last year, but there was that same confidence back. He seemed to want to be in certain situations, except for one game when he didn't bowl at the end. He was tossing the ball up, he was bowling slowly. And I thought, to be honest, that they'd pick him in the one-day side. I didn't know if the selectors had seen enough to pick him in the test match side because he hardly played first-class cricket. He only played 3 games, picked up 6 wickets, and in any case, spinners don't do very much in Ranji Trophy cricket. There's only one in the top 10, I think. But clearly the selectors have said, we back your pedigree and we like the way you're bowling, even if you haven't bowled enough in first-class cricket, because we back your ability to bowl the long spells. So I'm happy for him, but I think this is a horses for courses thing for Bangladesh. But what it tells you, the selection of Harbhajan, as much in the fact that it's a vote of confidence in him, is the fact that the cupboard is now completely bare. I thought they might pick Amit Mishra. They've gone with Karan Sharma, who really hasn't demonstrated too much either. I think he's quite lucky to be in there. But you've got Karan Sharma, you've got Amit Mishra, you don't want to pick Jadeja. Akshar Patel is going through a rough patch. You're not sure whether he's good enough to play test match cricket, and the cupboard is bare. And I think the fact that Harbhajan has had to be picked, as I said, as much an acknowledgement of his ability as the fact that India desperately needs to do something about its dwindling stock. So in all, I think a fairly easy team to pick. The 2 things that stand out for me, the picking of Harbhajan Singh and the fact that everybody had to be available to represent India. If you want to stay up to date with all my video blogs, hit the subscribe button.